Oh, and we're live.
We are live. Wow. Finally.
Finally.
After all this time. 3 minutes
I,
late. That's okay.
I haven't used Google Hangouts since learned OBS is a better tool.
OBS.
Yeah. Let's see how the volume is and how it sounds. Okay.
Oh,
Yep, the
watch live.
audio's good. Audio's good. All right.
Oh my gosh. It says watch live now. Chainsaw reacts the electric.
Yeah. Watch live now. All right. Well, we're chilling.
Okay.
Oh.
Alexander, Raymond, Mason,
Who?
did you eat all the fucking waffles?
I heard about this earlier.
It's possible.
Did you really eat all the freaking waffles?
It's entirely possible.
I only had two.
I possibly had an interesting number today. I'm sorry.
I checked the freezer and I just literally opened it like, you little shit.
I'm sorry. There's plenty of stuff.
This is fucking great.
There's cereal. I mean, I'm sorry. God. Okay.
This is great.
It's beautiful.
I love it. I love it.
Okay. So, I want to know now, because before we get into any questions people have or anything,
Yes.
there's a new guy running DC, but I have no clue who this guy is. What's going on with this?
From what I understand, the difference is that before they would just hire someone to kind of oversee the films.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is apparently the president of DC Films.
Oh.
Like the DC Film Studio.
Oh, check me out.
Hunky dory.
Yeah.
So it sounds like this guy is supposed to be the Kevin Feige of the DC films.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently he's a perfectionist, and he oversaw the newest It film that blew the fuck up.
Right.
He's been a part of the Conjuring series with James Wan, who's directing Aquaman. So this might be the fix. Just maybe.
The fix that we need. Okay. And I definitely love the two Conjuring movies. And I'm excited for Aquaman because James Wan.
Huh.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all we really know. Like from now, Jeff Johns, who's kind of an advisory now, said that he had a lot of fun working with him on Shazam, which means he's been in that position before they announced it.
Okay.
And if Shazam is good, then I think we're in good hands. Ish. Ish.
Who knows?
You never know.
Okay. I know we talked about this a little bit yesterday, but you said Justice League could have been better, and I was agreeing with you. What exactly do you feel could have been better?
We're gonna dive into this.
I mean, it could have been better. I'm just like,
Okay, okay. Honestly, I think everyone making jokes doesn't really work.
Not everyone. Yeah, you're right.
I feel like Bruce making a joke, okay, but he makes multiple.
Yeah.
And I don't know, him just seeing Bruce without the cowl on, and he's in the full suit, and he's talking to Aquaman about, you can talk to like you can reach out to the water, right? It's like, no, the sea does the talking. Like it's a whole moment. Like, did we really have to do this? Like it felt because if you look at BVS. Okay. The time we saw him without the cowl, he jumps out of the Batmobile, amazing shot, takes off the cowl, and is looking angrily at the TV. I'm like, that's Batman. But now in the Justice League, he's like cowl off in the full fucking epic black suit. So you can just talk to the water, right? Like, no, the sea does the talking. Okay. Like, what? What? I feel like Superman's revival probably should have been handled in a different way. I don't know how you would handle it differently. I just feel like if you were going to do the resurrection of Superman, why the fuck is there no black suit?
Oh my god! It takes everything. It's like, oh, by the way, at the end of Batman vs Superman, a little dirt is gonna raise off his coffin. Like, oh no, he could come back, and then all of a sudden, it's like, no, he's just straight up dead. It's like, Okay, he's just dead. Like, all right, that part took me like just this whole build up that you had going. Exactly, people getting super excited for the black suit, beard, which could have worked because then you wouldn't have to shave, you wouldn't have to fucking CGI
Exactly.
his mouth.
They could put on the fake beard along with the mustache he has to keep for the reshoots and just say he's got a beard. And then when you need to remove it, then it's less you have to remove. It's just, I don't know.
Oh God. Okay. Exactly.
I knew I was in for a roller coaster when the opening cell phone footage that was bad. Ooh. Now the idea behind it is good because it shows Superman is more light and he's he's Superman. But the mouth, man, the mouth.
It looked like he had like chipmunk cheeks. It looked like he was storing shit for winter, and they're just like, "Hey guys."
I should laugh at that.
Oh my God. I mean, yeah, you're totally right. The sentiment, it's like, oh, cool, he's talking to kids, he's being Superman, but yeah, then it's just whole taken away by just looking at his face. It's like, damn, sad day.
It was. And honestly, I think Steppenwolf could have been a better villain, which you can say that for a lot of Marvel and DC films, better villains.
Yeah, that's as much as I'm more of a Marvel guy, and I understand that Marvel villains have been a little bit lackluster. DC fan films can't really say much at the moment. I don't like. I don't know.
Steppenwolf just could have been better.
Yeah. You know, I kind of understand it with when you have a first movie, and I'm not trying to compare, but it's just how it is when you have a first team up movie. You're not gonna have the team die in the first team up movie. So put them up against a villain that's kind of menacing, but not like overly powerful. It makes sense. Like they can show off their powers, they can beat him, la da da da. Just like Loki, he wasn't that powerful, but he was still a threat. But they could use all their powers and live. I don't know. That's to me like the point of a first villain for a team.
What they should have done, and this is what they should have done is Doomsday removed out of BVS, and he's the villain for Justice League. Like,
if only
he's an indestructible monster. Why is that not the villain for Justice League?
Why do they need less people for Doomsday than fucking Steppenwolf? Yeah, like what the fuck? Okay.
I don't. And the fact that apparently they cut out Darkseid cameo in Justice League 2, which Justice League makes no sense, and the fact that apparently a post-credit scene where Bruce Wayne's on his lake house and he's then these lights, green lights show up, and then it's two lanterns, and it's like, where the fuck is that?
Yeah. And
like,
God. I know I talked about this.
The ending of the movie should have been the race, and then the post-credit scene is fine. You want to set up the Legion of Doom and Justice League, whatever you want to call them, then have the Green Lantern cameo. Like, he was in the flashback sequence, but that was nothing.
Right.
If you really want to make an impact, and there's a Hal Jordan out there somewhere, he's just chilling. Where's the Green Lanterns?
Yeah, exactly.
Why didn't the Green Lanterns show up? They're terraforming the Earth. What are you doing?
Steppenwolf's on fucking Earth. What are we gonna do? Fucking, I don't know. We don't have a
Let's not do anything. Let's see if this guy in a bat suit can do anything first.
Perfect. No, he'll race around like, whoa, shit. It's gonna work. I know I said this before, but I want to say, at least for people, is that I think that you got to save Darkseid for like at least 3, and I think that Atrocitus is so like underused, I feel like, and how badass he is. To me, like, he seems like on the same level of like Venom, where he's super powerful, has the same abilities, and he's like just intimidating to fucking look at. I feel like they're just like come on, just put him in there.
I'm hoping they'll use him for a Green Lantern movie. I'm glad they have him in Injustice 2, the game.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think that was a nice pull for them, but because it's so weird. It's like, in general, DC, Warner Brothers are just throwing shit at the wall, seeing what sticks. And it's you announce a fucking okay, fine. You did Suicide Squad. It made a bunch of money. It just wasn't received well by critics, and a lot of fans didn't like it. Fine. Okay, a Suicide Squad 2, I understand. You want to try to improve Okay, get a different director. Gotcha. You're taking your
Right.
time. Gotcha.
Mm.
Do not announce a Suicide Squad 2 and then a Harley Quinn and Joker movie and then a Harley Quinn solo movie and then a Gotham City Sirens movie with Harley Quinn. Pick one and stick with it. If you're gonna do a Joker Harley Quinn movie, then say that's gonna happen after we have Suicide Squad 2.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're gonna spin off to do them. And we might have a cameo by Batman, might have a cameo by Robin or Nightwing, whoever. And then you keep going, but don't be throwing shit at the wall like, yeah, we're gonna do Justice League Dark. Oh, wait a minute, where's your Flash movie? Well, we'll get to it. Where's Shazam? Oh, we're filming it now. Well, finally you are. Okay.
Yeah, that's time.
Where's the Green Lantern movie? It's coming at some point. You know, whenever.
I mean, I think it's time, like with Green Lantern, that people are. I mean, I don't really ever see anybody talking about that. I think it's time to bring him back into the fold, like now.
He should have had a cameo / small role in Justice League at the end of the movie. You know, when Superman popped up, they should have had a Green Lantern pop up.
Superman, Green Lantern. You know, we love justice.
Superman should have showed up at the beginning of that fight, right as they're about to start going, and he shows up, and then that whole turnaround moment, have Hal Jordan stand there and have it be someone we all know and we recognize. Like, don't announce he's in the movie. Just surprise everybody. Like, yep, we cast this guy. We hid it from you. That's Green Lantern. Okay.
I think that would be really good because what we saw was Superman just beating the shit out of Steppenwolf. And what could have been something that we needed was to see that he could kind of go toe-to-toe. Not exactly more powerful than the other, but still. Because he just kind of just gets thrown around by Superman. So if you're going to see Superman show up at the beginning of the battle and then all of them fighting Steppenwolf and him having a, like, not an easy time, but like just fighting them off.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, bam, just bring Green Lantern so they're all coming at him because that's just another power level.
Yeah, what they could have done is they'll have a game plan. When Superman shows up, it's like, okay, throw the game plan out the window. Superman, you fight Steppenwolf, and then we'll all be fighting Parademon and separating the mother boxes.
Yeah.
And then let's say Steppenwolf punches Superman and knocks him flying out, and then Steppenwolf's about to go attack Cyborg, have a green line pop up, and then slam Green Lantern. And it's like, because you have to protect your territory. You're a fucking Green Lantern.
What the fuck is this?
Because apparently in the original idea of Zack Snyder was that Batman was going to sacrifice himself trying to stop it, and they prevent it. I'm thinking, where's that in the movie? Because fucking Batman, he wants to redeem himself because he killed Superman, basically, because, you know, all this shit went down, and if he would have had more kryptonite grenades, he could have probably prevented that, but whatever, had to use it, 2 of them on Superman. But it is what it is. You just, because Batman, like Lex Luthor, created Doomsday to kill Superman. But if Bruce Wayne was smarter and realized ahead of time that Lex is playing them, then Superman would not have died. Yeah.
If anybody would realize, oh, Lex is playing me, then they're like, oh.
How the fuck did Bruce not know that? That's the biggest flaw, is that how did he not even know? Because he's the world's greatest detective. How did he not know?
Yeah.
Because movie logic. So.
God, yes. I haven't watched Batman vs Superman since it came out, so I don't even know. I haven't even watched the Ultimate Cut, but
Ultimate Cut is so much better, but still.
Not gonna deny that it's not better because I haven't seen it, so I can just assume that it is. And listen, so yes. Okay, do we want to take some questions?
Well, I know the fact that you wanted to talk about the Flashpoint movie, though.
Oh! See, I was gonna go into that when you're talking about what about the Flash? You're a director for that? Okay, listen.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know.
I saw an article, and I'm not gonna take credit for this, but it kind of just put what I was thinking into words, which was nice. Yes. Does Ben Affleck want to leave? Yeah. Is it a kind of a great way to just kind of have a different actor take over? Like you were saying yesterday, we were talking about is just have somebody different. But he's like, yeah, hey, what's up, Barry? Like, it's just seamless like that, where it's like no question. It's just this is our Bruce. I just don't feel like putting all our cards on the table right away is a great move because yes, Flashpoint. Do we want to see it on the big screen? Absolutely. Is it an awesome comic? Awesome. Just absolutely all of that. But we don't need it now because the thing is that all these characters we just got to know them. So what significance does it have to have them changed? If we're with those characters for a couple movies, I don't care. Maybe another round of sequels and then do Flashpoint. That's fine with me, but not right after we've had only a couple solo movies and a team up. We can't just have them change because what does that matter to us? Of course, we know them from the comics and the animated movie, but that's not the same characters that we're dealing with. So what does it matter? So
I think their whole point is that if we don't do Flashpoint right away, but we do, like it's the first Flash movie, we just wait until other movies come out, like Wonder Woman 2, Aquaman. Yeah. We do a Batman solo film, hopefully. And like, here's the thing: like, the report came out a while back that Ben Affleck is apparently attached to Flashpoint or some sort of way, which does sound like he's getting replaced in the middle of the movie. But if they just hold off a little bit, and if they could make that solo first Batman film with Ben Affleck, and then do Flashpoint, and then do the character shift, like where Barry goes into the Batcave after the timeline shift, it's a different guy. He's like, Bruce? He's like, Barry? Like, what?
Yeah, what's up? Yeah.
And it's another guy. Then you can continue doing the rest of whatever the fuck you want to do, because I'm tired of going back and forth. Ben Affleck is unsure. Ben Affleck's staying. He's unsure now. He's staying. Just make up your mind.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it is what it is. You know?
Yeah, true. I mean, yeah, no, exactly. We just needed some. I guess I didn't think about the slate, but just more movies, more time with these characters before they're drastically changed. That would be really nice. It's just what we need.
The fact that they have Jeffrey Dean Morgan to play Flashpoint Batman, I think, is pretty cool. Like, you know,
I know you don't like The Walking Dead, but he's fantastic.
I'm just like he's amazing as Negan. It's just the show. It's just literally it's Walking Dead. Like there's nothing going on. Like it's just a bunch of like Negan v everybody. Yeah, this is fucking cool. He's so cool. I'm like,
I understand. I've just been watching since the beginning, so I'm just.
Oh, I started binge watching it hard, but then it's just like, just kept. Oh, we're gonna slowly trudge the storyline now. We're gonna have episodes that have nothing to do with the fucking story. It's like exactly. It's a slap in the face. It really is.
Yeah. I know a character that dies from this mid-season finale, and a lot of people are abandoning ship. It seems like, and I honestly don't know what to say because at the same time I understand shows that want to go off the comics.
Yeah.
That's totally understandable because why watch something you already know what happens? Like in terms of storylines with characters, I totally understand. Have them be the same, but with story or to an extent, with storylines, you can kind of veer in TV shows because I read it. I want something different. I want to see something different. I want to see a different outcome, and this seems like a really drastic outcome. Like,
it is
everything that the fan like. This show is about this person. This show is not about blah blah blah. Blah. It's about this person has been going through a journey, but they've kind of been in the background and they're taken to the forefront slowly but surely. And all of a sudden, bam!
Yeah.
No, they ain't. It's done. It's like, okay, I guess not.
Your little analogy there was like so fucking funny. I'm listening. You're like, yeah, I mean, the character at the forefront, and then he gets put in the background for other characters. Arrow. I was thinking when you were saying that, who's going to say Arrow? Who's going to say it? Because
the funny thing is, I was thinking about it. I was thinking Arrow. I didn't say it. I was thinking. I was like, oh, like Arrow. Oh, fucking hell.
Fucking funny. But yeah, I mean, it's like the show had it felt contained in the first couple seasons, and then it just grew into so much stuff. And it's like then they start doing these episodes that mean nothing to the story, and I just like how. It's filler. Like they just don't know what to do. It's like you should probably plan out your seasons better if you have to put in filler episodes, like entire filler episodes, to have 16 episodes. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
But
I got you.
I mean, if you look at the CW shows, at least their filler episodes at least have some connectivity to the overall arcing main villain or story to where it's not too bad, you know.
I thought that was a good segue into the CW. God.
So the shows are fantastic this season. There's nothing wrong with them. They are
absolutely
perfect.
Not, yeah. The best
10 out of 10. You know,
honestly, the best superhero shows I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, oh my gosh. Like Supergirl, like who on earth was like when the first Supergirl season 1 came, like, oh fuck yeah, like this is gonna be my shit in 2 years. Like no
in
one
2 years, this show is gonna be kicking the ass out of all the other shows. It's not gonna happen.
I mean, they had to have the Flash on one of those episodes just to watch our show, please watch it.
And thank God he did, because it saved the show.
Absolutely, to where we are now. And yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right. It's an interesting kind of thing to do because on Arrow, Prometheus, we got Adrian Chase, and we got Prometheus. We got 2 characters, but it was a different way of doing it because with Rain, we just see Sam, I think her name is.
Yes.
We just see her as just a regular human the whole time, and that was a great way to do it. Because you're absolutely right. All of a sudden, mid-season finale, she's like, "Ooh, I'm Rain. Like I'm here to fucking destroy, like all this shit." And it's like, okay, I mean, that's fine, cool action scenes, but the way they developed the character was amazing.
And she did not fucking lie. Like she almost killed Supergirl in the process.
Yeah, Jesus,
and
that was.
Yeah, it's like, and honestly, that was the best mid-season finale episode. Like, it was the best one. The Flash was really good.
Oh yeah,
but it got really good at the last 10 minutes. Like, the build-up was like, oh, of course DeVoe has him. Duh, we all know it.
Yeah,
and then it's like, oh, Killer Frost, and then why are we focusing on this guy so much? It didn't make sense until
right.
We like, why do we care about this dude? Yeah. Why? But
okay, hold on. My battery.
Your battery?
No. Yes, sir.
Is your computer dying, boy?
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
You should have had it plugged in before, boy.
I know, but Brittany never does. No, no.
Oh, sir. Don't blame her. You ate 6 waffles. you ate 6 waffles, boy.
How dare you do that? Mm-hmm.
Hey, Torture Boy's in the chat. What's up, Torture Boy?
Oh boy.
Tell me, Kara. Yeah.
Hold on.
Torchwood said,
I'm fucking up. What's up?
Torchwood said, tell me, Kara, do you bleed? That should have been said.
Absolutely. Hold on. Shit.
Nathan Rojas, you will. Oh, Demolition has a question we can answer whenever you come back. He's gone. He's gone. He'll be back in a second. Who knows, people? Oh, he's dead. Brittany killed him. Brittany murdered him. It's all over, folks. He'll be back, I hope, soon. He's probably plugging his shit in. There he is. There he is.
Oh, dear Lord.
What?
Uh-oh. Okay.
She's like, oh, I finally wrapped it up. Like I finally wrapped it up and put it away somewhere where you won't find it. Oh,
damn. God. What's up, Nathan? Demolition has a question that we were talking about earlier with WB and DC.
Okay.
How do you feel about Warner Brothers and DC taking the biggest comic arcs and putting them in film early on? Which I think we were kind of discussing earlier. It just depends on what the arc is and if it makes sense. But if you rush it, then it's not good. Oh, hey, cameo. Cameo.
Oh my gosh. I can't.
Wait. Cameo?
America. Yeah. She's here to save the motherfucking day. Yeah.
Awesome.
How's it going? Okay, tell me about this. What do you think about Flashpoint being done so early in the DCU?
I personally, as much as I love the Flash,
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it.
Wow.
Oh,
That's just me. I love Barry Allen. I love the Flash comics. I've read a lot, and I love the Flash TV show. However, I feel like you got to build up the story arc of the Flash first. Did you say the same damn thing?
Of course not. No. Why would I say
You said
it?
the same damn thing.
Why would I say it?
Did
No.
he?
No. Why would I say
Did
that?
Yeah, he did.
he kind of said it like that a little bit. A
Mhm.
little bit.
Because, like, it'll make it more emotional with all the shit that goes down in Flashpoint.
Mhm.
It makes it that much bigger. It will make it that much more better. Because not only for the Flash, but Batman's, like, his storyline is imperative. You want to make more movies of the Batman first until, like, you know, to exploit what happens in Flashpoint. For those of you who don't know what happens, and I assume all of you do, but it just makes it more in depth.
You know what the most amazing part about that movie will be? Is that we have to do an opposite thing of what they did for Chris Evans. They have to have CGI him a small dude, and then he'll just be his regular self. So then Henry Cavill, we know him as a strong dude, but they have to CGI him as a little dude. That's the best part. It's just the opposite. Yes, exactly.
The DC's gonna have to copy what they did in Captain America. It's like, can they make it look as good?
That's a good point. Can they?
That's true. I don't know.
Yep. Okay.
I think they like each other, folks. Stay tuned.
Gosh.
Who knows?
Oh, hello, Nathan. How's it going? I'm not as cool as Chainsaw. I don't have my YouTube synced up, so I have to look down. You see. Yeah. Oh, so that's a good. Torchwood Boy brought up something I wanted to talk about. Actually, the fact that how we were talking about Bruce making a bunch of jokes is like, okay, like, and one of the coolest moments about Justice League is when Superman is holding Batman's face, which is an interesting. It was weird because he was like, I was like, okay, it doesn't go like, but he's like, tell me, do you bleed? It's kind of menacing. Still undercut by the fact that his face looks ridiculous, but still, it's like a cool moment because it's a callback and it's like he's menacing, he's powerful, he's Superman, and then he throws him and he's like, "Yep, something's definitely bleeding." It's like, okay, that's a Tony Stark moment or some shit. Like
that was not Batman.
Like, yeah, that kind of.
It just wasn't Batman.
Yeah,
it just wasn't. No,
I agree. God. Okay. Anybody? Let's see. Okay, so I was talking about this. Tyler talking about Titans starting to air. So
Titans.
I've been loving the costumes I've been seeing so far. Still waiting for a kind of effects because with Beast Boy and Starfire, we're gonna need effects for their look in general, not even their powers. Still waiting for that, but I'm still loving what I'm seeing so far. Nice change up from the CW leather. But honestly, if they're going to continue and try to make a name for themselves on their streaming service, they have to have a plan. So they need to start and not like
they need to start showing off like other outfits and
other outfits. They need to start showing. Yeah, no, exactly. And I don't know because, like you said, they have Hawk and Dove. They have Arsenal, a person's description that is basically Arsenal. So I think that the right move is to, here's my Arsenal bias, but Titans West, or even just do a Hawk and Dove show.
I think what they want is if Hawk and Dove is successful as reoccurring in season 1, that they're going to spin off into a Hawk and Dove show, kind of building their own cinematic universe within the DC streaming service. And the points about the costumes, I'm really interested to see Raven and Starfire the most because
absolutely.
Yeah, and I think with them putting so much time and effort into these costumes, like I have a feeling they're going to put a lot of time and effort into the effects as well. Like you don't put all that money into the outfits and then fuck up the editing. I would hope not, because they're putting the CW costumes to shame. Just the 3 they've shown, Hawk and Dove and like Robin before Nightwing. Like it's so much better.
Yeah, like that's sad. You get 3 images, and it's like, well, they got it right.
Yeah, well, it took Flash 4 years to get a decent looking suit.
I know,
it actually
right?
looked cool. So, who
just
knows?
seeing how dark red the first season is,
and then season two and season 3 was the same suit. Like they didn't even change it. Like it was the same.
White symbol. Like, okay.
Supergirl has the same outfit for 3 seasons. Whatever.
I like that edit that you did where it was like she had like lines on the suit, and everything. I think that's exactly what she needs. Yes, she had pants. Yes.
I found that picture. I'm like, I gotta post this. This is so good. Like it just looks that good. And
yeah,
honestly, we saw her in pants in Crisis. It works. Like, Overgirl had pants. And she looked fucking awesome.
Right, she did.
Well, it was a black suit, but whatever.
Yeah. I mean, can you go wrong?
And she was with Oliver, which I honestly shipped that more than lit. Anyways,
exactly. God. What am I? Okay. Okay. With the Arrow, do you think it's gonna survive to a 7th season, or do you think this is it?
It's honestly half and half at this point. Wait. Okay. Well, you have the power of the internet. Let's look up Arrow ratings this season. Arrow ratings.
We have the power. We have technology.
Go to the Wikipedia page. I already know kind of the idea of what the ratings are, but this is going to be embarrassing. Let's see. So, scrolling through. Oh, I gotta go to episodes. Stupid fuck. But the ratings are so low. I don't know what it is. I think people are just tired of it. Because the ratings for season 1 and season 2 were in the 2 millions, like 2.8, 2.7, 2.4, 2.4, 2.7. And then season 3 or season 5, now we get to season 5, it's in 1.8, 1.7, 1.6. The crossover was 3.55, 3.5 million people. Okay, so now let's get to season 6. 1.5, 1.3, 1.2, 1.09. The mid-season finale had a 1.30.
Wow.
So 1,300,000 roughly watched the mid-season finale of the show.
Well, and I think to an extent it should be taken into account that a lot of people will
they watch it on the app.
Yeah. So I understand that there's a significant chunk that can be attributed to people just don't watch TV anymore. But still, the million, like there's a good chunk in there, but a lot of people have just stopped, and for good reason. I think you brought up like season 2, mid-season finale was like Deathstroke has returned. Like, he's here now. Oh shit! And then this one's like a wedding. Yeah.
I mean, when you compare it to like the Flash's was 2.2 million for its mid-season finale, which is low because Flash used to get 3 million easily per episode.
Right.
But it's the fact that it's just like that's what the less people watch the show live. They watch it either on DVR or on the app. Right. So and obviously they have a huge Netflix following because the DC shows are always in the top rated shows that are watched. That's why they signed a huge deal with Netflix to get the seasons quicker when they're done. Because
man, they're like,
like
oh shit.
And I think that will save. I think it might still save Arrow because, like, once the shows end in May or Supergirl in June because the whole fuck up, that Netflix paid a huge chunk of money for those shows to air a week after they air the mid-season, the finale. They get the entire season on Netflix. So Netflix put out a big penny. So CW takes that as profit, and then they use it for the next season. So here's the tell. January of 2016, they announced the next seasons of the shows were going to air in the fall. 2017.
Okay.
In January of 2017, they announced all 4 shows renewed.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
If we hear of an announcement in mid to late January of Supergirl, Flash getting renewed, and the other 2 are not, that is not a good sign. Because
Wow.
that means that the network does not have faith with those shows that they're going to work. Because Mark Guggenheim, love him or hate him, he's done some good choices and bad choices. He gave us season 5, but he also gave us Olicity Wedding. To pick your poison. He did an interview recently. He says, "I have no idea what's happening with Arrow and Legends. I don't know if we're going to get picked up or not." He doesn't know, and if he doesn't know ahead of time, that's not good. That's not good.
That's not a good sign.
I think Supergirl is going to last because they're using that time slot for Legends because they're running Black Lightning after Flash. But I think Supergirl's safe because Supergirl, the quality is there. You can't take the show away now. You can't.
That's I saw somebody talk what we thought about Black Lightning. Who just got shown off with the suit?
I think it was Thunder.
And is that?
I think it's his daughter.
Okay. Let
me look. Black Lightning. I mean, I'm liking the promos they're putting out, but I just need to see the show. I just need to see it. Let's see. Yeah, Thunder. Yep, Thunder. And honestly, I like the design of that suit.
Yeah.
It's really different.
Looks legit.
I'm surprised they didn't hold that off.
Yeah, I know, right? I was like, oh, okay. I wasn't expecting that.
I wonder if it's because we see that suit early on and they just wanted to put it out there.
Oh, just here you go.
Or they're shooting scenes right now with her in the suit, and if a leaked picture comes out, you'd rather see the official promo rather than because that's what happened when they did Rain. Before the actress wore the Rain suit when they were filming the mid-season finale episode, they did that promotional photo because they were shooting that week outside in that sequence where they're in the dark and throwing shit, and she hits Supergirl in the head with that pipe.
Oh yeah,
that promotional photo came out days before those leaked pictures did. So yeah, I guess it makes sense. That's why they did the Robin suit for Titans.
Oh yeah.
Literally, like later that night, he filmed a alley sequence in Gotham fighting some guys. So they were outside in the open. So might as well give a legit picture because if we don't want leaked pictures going out, might as well just put up the real thing.
What a defense mechanism.
It's smart.
Well, with this day and age, about how many people are just out there with obviously phones and they can just.
Well, there's paparazzi people that they're in Vancouver. They're in Vancouver chilling in the airport because they can just do it. And they can see when actors come in. Like that's when they knew that Deathstroke was returning when he kept saying, I'm not coming back. Of course you were coming back. That's when they knew when Saturn Girl was returning. They knew when she was coming back because she was seen. They knew when that's how they found out that Christopher Wood, who plays Mon-El, and Melissa Benoist, Supergirl, are dating because they kept leaving and coming back together on the same plane.
Did you see the promo for Supergirl? Promo picture?
Well, Brainiac 5. I know what you're saying.
Did you see the?
The ring. Yeah, I think the full picture's coming on Monday. I think. Ooh. But the ring, I'm thinking, but in that promo shot, he's still wearing he's not wearing a Mon-El suit. He's just still wearing
I'm hoping it's not like a Black Canary where it's like, it's all black with little like strands of color, which is.
Is it gonna have like 50 buckles on it?
Oh, of course.
No, like when you say Mon-El has a suit, then give him the suit. Like Christopher Wood admitted, there's a Mon-El suit. When we gonna see it?
I don't know.
Why just spend the money on making the copy of it and then making duplicates? Because you got to make a couple of these damn things because they break.
Yeah.
Where the fuck's the suit?
Which I love the Flash suit because honestly, one of the best things about the Crisis crossover was that suiting up and then walking down the hallway scene.
Yeah.
And I love how they shot when Flash was putting on his mask because they go a back shot to his back and he's putting it on and they stop it and they cut to the front where it's just, I put it on. It's like,
because it's not that easy.
Liar. Yeah, you're a liar.
And there was one thing that made no sense. If you go back and watch that Crisis, that suit up montage, when Supergirl's just standing in the middle of a room and does that, I'm like, why are you? That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Like she gets in a stance position. Huh!
It's like, just someone walks by like, what the fuck is wrong?
And honestly, Green Arrow's little suit up moment where his face after he puts the hood up, it looks kind of weird. I'm like, he's angry, but it doesn't look like
he's so angry. Yeah, I know.
He's so angry.
He's angry.
And then and honestly, when that whole sequence where they're all running and rushing off and flying, and he uses he shoots an arrow and then it flies. I'm like, it's in my reaction. It's like fucking Justice League. Like that's what it is. It felt like a Justice League montage. Like Jesus. And some said that the Crisis of Earth X was actually better than Justice League, but because they legitimately knew how to cross over characters and they actually gave you a story that was cohesive. What? Yeah, Crisis. I don't know how you're gonna top Crisis. I have no idea how you're gonna do it. Like, good luck. Good luck.
What was it? I think. Did you bring up War World? Is that the only other way?
I was thinking Mongol War World because they mentioned War World during because I rewatched it when Superman was talking to Supergirl. I learned that move on War World. Mongol? The fuck?
yeah.
Okay. I was thinking like that's how you tie in Superman. You have Superman captured. He's on War World. He can't get out. Supergirl enlists the fucking heroes of Earth 1, and they get on the fucking Wave Rider when they travel to the other Earth. And boom, there you go. And then here you are. And then that's how Flash and Green Arrow meet Superman. On War World. And then I thought they teased it in season 1 of Legends back when the show was watchable. What? The Thanagarian War. Thanagarian War. It was briefly mentioned. If they could pull off Thanagarian War, okay. Because that's fucking cool.
That would be sick.
But that means we might get the return of Hawkman, Hawkgirl.
Yeah. Legends. Oh, Legends.
Have them come back just to die off, like, quick.
Again?
Well, because literally, I don't know the guy's name, but the actress, Kendra or whatever, I think that's her name, Kendra in the show.
Right.
The actress, when at the end of the show, when she flew off with, her husband, her regenerated husband, it's like, are you going to come back? No, I'm done. Okay. I guess she saw the writing on the wall too. My character's not well received. I'm mad at this bitch. All right.
Well, she was a barista, so
go back to making coffee.
Yeah, exactly. A real job. God, that man. I didn't get into watching Legends until like season 2 was coming around, and I only watched a couple episodes of it during that time. But I was watching it on Netflix because this was around the time when I started getting ready to be on YouTube and everything. So I was like, oh, I should watch these shows. Yeah. Arrow was like, oh, this is awesome. Flash, like, this is decent. And then Supergirl, I'm like, not a chance. This is when the first season was airing. I'm like, nope. And then Legends, and I'm like, okay, I'll watch the first season on Netflix. Just go through it. And I'm just almost like every 2 episodes, I'm calling Brittany, why is this character the worst fucking character ever? Why? I'm just like, why does everybody love her? Like, of the characters on the, like, yeah. Oh, I am in love with Kendra too. Oh, it's just like, what the, why?
Because you can't date Sarah because she'll kill you.
Yeah, I mean, exactly.
Also, I gotta correct somebody. Cat Wow said, "Did you just say Legend season 1 was good?" I lost all respect for you. I said it was watchable. I didn't say it was good.
Exactly. There's a difference.
Yeah, I'll tell you a good episode. Star City 2046 when they see old Oliver Queen. That was good. And honestly, when you watch that again and look at season 4, which is currently airing at that time, he fought way better in that freaking episode than he does in season 4. Season 4, it's like the bow.
Yeah.
There's a shot where he's like pulling out bow, because that metal arm is cool. So
it is cool.
That's how they got around. Like, where's Felicity? Gone. What? Diggle? Gone. They're all gone. What do you mean gone? Like,
yeah.
Okay, whatever. I want to see the Felicity as an old woman being cranky and shit.
God. Oh, just what we needed.
Of course.
Arrow season 9 has Felicity and Oliver in the retirement home. It's perfect.
Jesus, yeah.
That's what Mark Guggenheim wants, right? That's what he wants. to put out.
Pushing for it.
But okay, there's this video. I may have mentioned it to you before, but it's literally just called The Downfall of Arrow, and it's part 1 through 3. And on the 3rd part, he goes into season 4, and how many fucking flips Oliver does. Unnecessary fucking it's just he's flipping. Like he's just like, look at this action sequence and let's count together how many flips he does, and it's just fucking unnecessary.
Is that the fight that he did with Brick? Is that the fight we're talking about? Brick?
Where he's in like a warehouse area, and there's cars around, and he's just
it was during one of the later episodes, Brick, who was from season 3 when Oliver was kind of gone for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Brick was back, and Oliver was fighting Brick, and he does flips for no reason in that shot.
That's it. Yeah, it's like he didn't need to do that. He didn't even need to do that. It's like
he keeps doing it. He flips, dodge, flip, dodge, flip. Like, why?
Yes, it is the exact scene I'm talking about. Oh, it's perfect. It's just the best.
But yeah.
So for Legends, I know for us too, it's pretty bottom of the barrel, but it could be rejuvenized by a couple characters joining, because I know I like Firestorm. Probably I grew to love them, basically. Like, they were the most consistent characters, and now they're gone. And we have a chance to have some fresh faces, and it's still going to be a tired concept, but at least if we can get some different interactions, it might be interesting.
Yeah, because you have to have someone else there, because if the team just stayed constant, like it was a consistent team forever, and it's like you have to do something different. You have to switch it up.
I think one of the most interesting pictures that I've seen is the promo for Legends of Tomorrow Season 1, and it has all the faces of the people, and then it has the people that are gone, like grayed out. And it's actually been, if you think about it, Hawkman, Hawkgirl gone, Captain Cold gone,
yep,
and now the Firestorm gone. So that's the original team. That's 5. So it's been.
But now they have a version of Captain Cold back.
Right, exactly. So yeah, exactly. But the thing is, the people that we've got have either just been bland or annoying. That old Cinnamon. That great Cinnamon Steel.
Why do you need an army when you have Legends? Oh. Yeah.
God.
But when Mark Guggenheim teased that the person who's replacing Firestorm is an established character,
mm-hmm.
Could you be more specific?
Yeah, right. Please help us out.
Who's it gonna? I don't. If it's another female character, I'm thinking. Well, I was thinking Jesse Quick, but then when they said that Jesse Quick has her own team on Earth too, which I'm like,
oh yeah,
are we gonna meet this new team? I hope we do. It can't be her. Killer Frost. I don't know. I mean, it would be interesting to see Caitlyn kind of, go around, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was interesting when her and Ray had a conversation. You remember that after Stein dies and they have a conversation in the hallway? It's like, it's kind of random. It's like, you guys have never really.
It's the craziness of the Arrowverse. There are characters who have never had an interaction before. It's really bizarre.
Like, okay.
It's
That's
like,
true.
Like, oh yeah, that hasn't happened before. And it's like, yeah, Cisco's only met Ray a couple of times. It's like, but yet they all hang out during crossover events. Like, hey, we all know each other. We're gonna see each other maybe like once every year, maybe if we're lucky.
Yeah, if we're lucky, we might.
I feel bad for the actress who's playing Zari now, because she was in the crossover doing her show, and she spoke to no one. Like she talked to nobody that whole damn thing.
Did she ever have a line?
She had like maybe 4. I feel bad for her. And it's like, no. You don't get a line because we have fucking Green Arrow here. Like, no, you're not going to talk. We got Stephen Amell in this bitch. We pay him millions. You just look nice in your little suit-ish, whatever. Yeah. Green Arrow. And don't worry, heroes. We're going to put Felicity up front because she's more important than you.
I was going to say that. It's like, sorry, Flash, we know you had on your 4th season and everything, and you've been so successful, but Felicity's gonna go right in front of you. Okay,
you have a goddamn Kryptonian, and she's in the middle of them.
Yep.
Okay, got you. But I like the fact that Green Arrow was the one speaking for him, and Sarah also stood up to the plate as leader too. I'm like, all right.
That was good.
But
That was
why is Felicity in the forefront? Like, guys, I'm here too. Yeah, but why are you not with the other people that are not heroes? She's not a hero. She's a
no,
tech.
she's not a superhero. She's not a superhero.
No, not a hero.
See, at least fucking Mr. Terrific can say at least he's kind of a hero because he actually goes out and does stuff while also being tech. Like he, as much as a character as some people don't like him, I'm okay with him, and I can at least call him a hero. Where Felicity, like, no, sir, nope.
No.
Fucking.
And the fact that people floated the idea that Felicity might become Black Canary, I think, was like cancer.
I remember around when I was starting to meet you, you just did that video because there was like fan art of.
Oh, they commissioned, like they paid him to do it. They paid Boss Logic to make two photos. And I feel bad for him because he had to make that. I feel bad. And I said, no, do not waste your time writing this garbage.
Yeah.
No.
Stop now.
And Mark Guggenheim, to his credit, did discredit it 3 days later after that video. He did discredit. Nope, that's not happening.
Well, this did something. What? But,
still gave us the wedding.
Yeah, still gave us the wedding. Wonderful. God.
And Iris is bitter.
Oh,
Iris is bitter.
Fucking hell! Like the rant that me and Brittany went on after she's like, "I'm not bitter." I'm like, "Thank you, Flash writers, for just saying that wasn't us, by the way." It's
like that was not our idea, guys.
Yeah,
that's not us.
Okay, and then I was gonna say this is what I was gonna say. Human characters, like you're like, oh, why aren't they with human characters? The human characters that can just one-hit punch fucking Nazis, apparently. We can drop down. Huh, gotcha. It's like,
yeah, you hold a gun like this. Huh. Knocked out. Yay.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. And then they knock guns together. Yeah, we did it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's how this works now?
Oh, right. Yeah. No, definitely. Oh my gosh.
I had to cut that parts out in my video. I'm like, nope, I can't keep this in.
Yeah, I can't keep this going right now. Jesus. All right. Any questions? Oh, Grounded Geek.
Who needs Felicity when you got Legends? Point.
You got me there.
Let's see.
Okay. I know Demolition that we've talked about this, and we even had a mock Legends Tomorrow. Like, what would we want them to be doing? Who would be on the team? Just changing the whole show, basically. Just changing it. But no, of course, my Roy Harper bias would want him to be there, but it just seems like Colton Haynes, as much as he still loves the people that he works with, is just on to different things, and there's nothing to be done about it, which is why I'm kind of excited to get another iteration of him in Titans. But yes, if I had a dream, I would have him on Legends. Wally, stop shafting him on the Flash.
Yeah, put him on Legends. If you're gonna beg a team, put some actual good characters on the team. Because Wally's a good character, but they just push him to the side. You know, for his sister and for Caitlin. I mean, I get it, but he's Kid Flash.
He's Kid Flash, man. He can get fucking 24 karat magic in the air. Like that, like the edit that I saw to that was like, this is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. Like
it was such a cool moment.
You know, all these characters definitely evolved, and I definitely would love to see him have some bigger role. And then, of course, John Constantine, we all want to see him have some sort of presence, since all we got was one episode. So,
and the fact that he has his own CW Seed show, but I don't think that's going to have much crossover with the other shows. I could be wrong.
Yeah,
but
exactly. I think
a lot of sighing.
Well, it's like, okay, so somebody just said, I think Wally's too powerful to be on Legends. Well, it's depending on what kind of villain we have, and especially because Wally's going to have to learn.
Yeah.
He's never time traveled before. At least as much as Barry is fucked up, he understands the repercussions and all. He has no clue about the repercussions. Like he's never done that. So it would be a learning experience for him, and I think he gets to interact with other characters. I think that's just the right move. Just give him more screen time, more experience, and he comes back to the Flash next season. Who like, if you could make it a revolving door almost, where it's like, oh, go with Legends. They need your help. That would be an interesting concept. Because
yes, he's on there part of the time. At least when he's off camera on the Flash, he's on another show.
I think that's what obviously that's what Legends was trying to do in the beginning, but with the whole like, oh, these characters have kind of been pushed to the side, give them their show. I think in order to have that kind of show, you have to just kind of have a Sarah, and she's the best character on that, on the show, on Legends. So she's the captain now and all that stuff. So
I'm the captain now.
Yes,
I'm the captain now.
So that's okay to keep her there, and then so is it confirmed that Captain Cold's going to be, or Leo is going to be there for like a couple episodes? Like
I think a couple more episodes, then he's out, and then he's done for good. Apparently, he's done. So it is shitty, but there is a question I do want to ask because Jared posted it. Alex, were you ever into reaction channels before you and Brittany started dating? Ooh. The answer is yes. He watched a guy named Chainsaw Reacts all the time.
All right. So honestly, when I first started watching YouTube, it was I was one of the like PewDiePie. I just watched PewDiePie and Markiplier. I watched them because I was just like, yeah, whatever, just something to watch, kind of like new to watching. And it was just during the time, it's so new that just watching people play games on YouTube. Where this was kind of around the time where people were still saying like, why do kids watch other people play when they can just get it themselves? What is this shit? And it's like, maybe I can't afford that shit, or maybe I want to know what the game is about before I get it. It's kind of like a fucking commercial, which is sadly now at this time what people use it for. Whether it's fine though, because some people are like, I actually love this game. I understand. You actually just love this game. You're getting paid to do it. That's fine. But, there's plenty of people that are just like, oh, fuck it. Just sure. This deal, whatever. But, so that's what kind of is now. And I watched those kind of videos, just gaming videos. And honestly, this was the word cancer was thrown around a lot. The word to describe reaction channels. I never watched reaction channels. I just know that for a long time, what I saw was people always hating on them it's classic coming from gaming channels. Like, oh, what do? They just watch stuff, whatever. Anybody can do that. It's like anybody can play a game.
Anybody can play a game and record themselves. Yeah.
Just the criticism that was coming at the reaction channels, like that doesn't work. It's not valid. So I never really I never even cared. I was like, whatever, they can say what they want. And then it was Teen Wolf, which Brittany had got me to watch when I was first meeting her, because I didn't know her in high school actually. But I watched those, and then all of a sudden her and Becca had a channel, and I was like, fuck it, let me just be on one. And all of a sudden, slowly but surely, I was having fun with it, because at first, it's a weird experience just being in front of a camera and being like, kind of like, who the fuck is this guy? And I was always the guy, never Alex, even though like, I'm Alex, by the way, it's me. But they're just like, the guy is blah, 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 blah. So
the guy's
definitely, yeah, right. Yeah. Perfect. But yeah, I never watched reaction channels before, but I definitely love to watch Torchwood Boy, even though, man, I just watch it because of the accent, because it's so fake. But anyway, I watch Anthony Knight sometimes, and then sometimes Geek House. I've watched Chainsaw Reacts like sometimes.
That guy sucks. Don't watch him.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Making sure to get the opinions.
Yeah,
But,
because he overdoes it. Like he
right,
watches his videos before he reacts to it.
right, exactly.
So he knows how to get the thumbnail. He knows what the right when the right time to react. And he doesn't he doesn't jump out of his chair and walk out like other reactors. Like
he doesn't cry. I mean, you can't cry.
He plans his fake reactions. He writes it down. Bullet points. Bullet points.
No, it's totally okay. I'm just joking. It's totally okay to cry if something makes you emotional. Yeah. But it's just stuff like what I mean is unnecessary. Unnecessary. That is it's not
unnecessary responses.
Yes, where it's like Star Wars, I can see an older person fucking crying when Han Solo comes out because it's like, hey, that's my guy. Here I am. All of a sudden he's back on my screen. That's understandable, but some of the stuff is like, okay.
Well, like when they revealed that first, when they revealed that second teaser with Han Solo and Chewie at the end saying Chewie, we're home, like in the actual like Star Wars Celebration, in that audience when they first watched the trailer, there were people crying because it was the emotional impact. You watched an hour-long panel, and then you're surrounded by all these Star Wars fans. Right. It's gonna hit you no matter what. But when you're sitting at home and you're watching a trailer, and it's obvious you don't know much about it, and then you force it to cry.
Yeah.
But what you were talking about earlier with the whole hating reactions and shitting on them, there's a reason why that is, because some reactors, they don't care about what content they react to. They just steal the shit and they don't give a fuck.
That's true. And then I've seen a lot of reaction channels where it's just reaction. And
no review, it's overdone. Like they put so much time and effort into like their reactions, like putting so much shit on the page.
Oh yeah, always. Yeah,
it's overdone. Like there was a guy, I forget his name, but he literally puts like fucking 10 images on his thumbnails. It's ridiculous. Like it's like reaction, picture in picture, picture.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like that, you know.
Yeah, right. Of course.
I don't know.
God. Okay. Ranting. We ain't ranting. Oh, a deek.
What's up, bro?
So, pretty interesting. So I have a personal channel. I'm not trying to promote it because Lord knows I don't do anything on it. But one of my first videos on there was me actually reacting to The Walking Dead season 7 premiere. And see, I cried there. I fucking bawled, like, because it was a culmination of me watching this show for fucking 7 years or whatever.
And they kill one of the best characters.
And they kill, yeah, exactly. So one of my like one of the moments where I'm like, wow, like this is incredible, because Adik, I know he's changing his content, and that's totally awesome that he's doing that, and people can get behind him for doing that. But he did the as we know, he does the reaction compilations, and I was part of that for season 7 premiere, and that was the moment where I was like, holy shit. Like not I made it, not oh look at me. It's just like wow, like I actually got included. Like I'm
You're in a compilation
with people. So like oh shit. So, and I got to play Cards Against Humanity with him, and that was a lot of fun. So I don't know if you watched it, but you were mentioned.
I didn't watch it, no.
Because
but I hear that a bunch of people got mentioned. So
well, Liam, Torture Boy, because you can write. You get 5 cards that you can just write whatever you want.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had Chainsaw Reacts, and then there was one where it's like da 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 torch. Wood, because everybody just kept putting Torchwood, but I was like, I gotta change it up here. I gotta make it unique. But yeah, super fun.
I might have to go watch that now.
Oh yeah, yeah, yes sir, boy.
But what I like about Adik the One you were mentioning, Adik the One, like when he did his compilation videos, whether it's a trailer reaction compilation or just compilation of a moment from a TV show, like he like goes out and tries to find different people, and he tries to find genuine people that are reacting. There's other compilation creators, not mentioning names, that literally take the fakest reactions because they're the biggest reactions and put them in the compilation reviews. And Adik didn't do that.
Right.
Like, Adik goes out of his way to find some random person who has like 50 subs to put him in a video because that's what he does.
Right.
So you got to give him credit because he promotes people that need it. Like he doesn't promote everybody. Like he doesn't promote that don't need it. He gets people like, hey, you have like 100 subs. I'm gonna get you in a video because hey, I liked your reaction. There you go. So, that's why he's in the league because I'm like, he actually does. Oh, I freight cry all the time. No shame. No, you don't.
That old reactors league.
Yeah. Do you guys know J3 Entertainment and Jody's Corner? I don't know who they are.
J3 Entertainment? No.
No clue.
Who fake cries? Oh, no. No naming names here.
Cries.
No naming names.
Still going to do it? Awesome, Adik. Cool.
Oh. I think, Adik, I may misspoke. I meant that I believe you were changing your content in terms of you weren't doing the try not to laugh anymore. I believe that's what I was trying. That's what I meant, not the
yeah, because it's too much because you can get copyrighted, blocked, strikes.
Exactly.
Because all the best stuff is like copyrighted.
Oh wait, I think you may want to join FR for the next unboxing video. For the Christmas one, I'm in that because people got me and Brittany stuff, which was insane. Yeah, what?
I got you a lump of coal.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah, love that.
Oh, coal, yeah.
Like, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is Mr. Torchwood still in here? You were talking. Grounded. Oh boy.
Ooh, what movies are you most looking forward to this year?
Oh fuck yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, very nice question.
Infinity War.
Infinity War is just it has to be. It's up there.
Your reaction at the end. Like you're slowly moving back to like
what am I watching? Like holy
shit.
Finally saw Thor Ragnarok.
Ooh, what'd you think?
I really liked it. I think what happened was I saw Jumanji previously. I saw Jumanji right before seeing Thor Ragnarok, and I was tired that day. So and also the one we watched wasn't the best quality, for unknown reasons. I don't know, but so just given the quality and my kind of fatigue, I was kind of like, okay, this is good, but I overall I was like, okay, no, this is a really good movie because I understand that a lot of people saw the humor as too much, but to me, it wasn't absolutely beating you over the head with it because it had its moments. But I did really enjoy it, and I liked how Hela. Well, she was a decent villain because she was able to kind of show you another part of Asgard. I think that was my favorite part of her character. Like, this is not just the prim and proper like kings and gods that you see. It's at one point we were fucking just killing motherfuckers and taking over this place. It's like, oh wow.
Yeah, it makes you look at Odin differently.
That's exactly, and I honestly watched. I was on Instagram scrolling, and I just all of a sudden see the clip where Hela has Thor, and she's like, "What are you the god of?" And he has a vision of Odin. He's talking with him, and I thought it was the best scene in the movie when he's just like, "I'm not strong enough to beat her." He's like, "Are you the god of hammers? You're the god of thunder." Like,
yeah.
Like, oh, I was like, oh man, that's awesome. and
then spinning and shit, going crazy. The lightning.
Oh, beautiful.
He was fucking Barry Allen. What?
One of my favorite parts was just laugh out loud is when it's like, let's do get help. It's like, what? No, I don't want to. Just get out, please. Help him. And he just as he's saying help, we're just throwing him at people, and me and my friend just burst out laughing. My God, that was the best.
Good
I
times.
love that scene.
I enjoyed the movie. I think it was really good. I think the humor to me was like there was too many jokes, but I felt like with what they were setting up, I think was pretty good. Because I mean, when you compare it to the first two Thor movies, it's way better. Like,
Yeah.
The Dark World is embarrassing. The first one, it was good as a setup, but Thor was actually a good character when you see Avengers. Like,
yeah,
it's just I don't know.
that's exactly it. But yeah, I'm totally ready to see. Okay, so how about this? Well, first, Infinity War, Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
God, I need to. With all that's coming out this year, I need to think about it.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. You got Aquaman.
Right.
The Jurassic World sequel, which I don't know. Incredibles 2.
Ah, finally! Wow.
I know. What else? I'm trying to think.
Is Dark Phoenix coming out?
Yeah, start in November. Yeah, and New Mutants comes out, and Deadpool 2.
God.
I think what else? I think the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse with Miles comes out.
Now, wait, are they filming Deadpool 2 right now? Aren't they still filming?
I think they wrapped. I'm not sure.
Because I'm wondering, because Dark Phoenix will be, because I don't know how it's gonna work. Is Deadpool gonna make a reference to how? Oh shit! I don't know. Like we're part of the MCU.
It could be a post-credit scene that Disney buys him out. But what I would like is if
he's like at a boardroom meeting or some shit.
Yeah, he's at a boardroom meeting, and you got Mickey Mouse sitting there talking to Deadpool. But I was thinking how they could do it is because Bob Iger, the president of Disney, wants Deadpool sequels to continue.
Right.
Well, if they're keeping Ryan Reynolds, which that sounds like what they're doing, the third Deadpool movie needs to open up with him getting a contract saying he's signed with Disney, and he gets all the films in the MCU, and he watches the entire MCU to catch up. It'd be so cool. He's watching Iron Man, the Avengers. He's trying to catch up with this shit. He's eating popcorn, you know.
Yeah, that's like throwing it at his mask, just
yeah.
Like, and then he has to make a visit to somebody at least.
If he goes up in let's just say Iron Man is alive still, he goes up to Tony Stark and say, "Hey, I'm in your universe now. What are you talking about?" Then he flies away. He's like, I got signed to Disney. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, who are you? Or like, God, that'd be perfect. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so I was gonna say that. New movies to look forward to in the war. Fuck. I don't remember.
Let's look up a list. Movies 2018. A Wrinkle in Time's come out. A Han Solo story.
Oh yeah, A Wrinkle in Time. That actually looked interesting.
Ready Player One. Maze Runner.
All right. Oh,
Mary Poppins Returns.
Brittany's so excited for me.
Pacific Rim 2.
That looks decent.
Venom. Tomb Raider.
Please, Lord Almighty, I just beg of you that make Venom good. Please.
Oh, the Fantastic Beasts sequel comes out.
That's right.
Mission Impossible 6.
Like if I roll up to the Venom movie with my hat, my tattoo, my fucking shirt.
Free ticket.
Yeah, I was like gonna roll up like this shit better be fantastic or I'm out of here. Like
God. 50 Shades Freed. We all want to see that. Rampage with Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
With the giant crocodile and giant wolf. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hotel Transylvania 3. Jesus. Another Purge movie, really?
Yeah, I after the second one I stopped watching.
Yeah, I heard the third one was
That's okay.
Billy the Kid Lawrence just messaged me. Is the podcast over on my way home? It is not over, sir.
It ain't over, motherfucker.
It ain't over.
All right, so I don't know if we want to talk about this exactly, but I think we do. But Deke brought up Stardust. Do you
Oh,
have any opinions on the app itself?
I I haven't I haven't used it much recently because I've honestly been not watching much TV, like any
Mhm.
shows. The last time I did, I started watching Dragon Ball Super finally.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I still have a couple more episodes because I'm doing the English dub. Um,
Oh, yeah.
because the voice of Goku is amazing. It's just so good. I love it. Um, but I know it. I know eventually it's going to stop with the English, and then I have to go over. If I want to continue, I have to go to subtitles,
Right.
and that's fine.
Yeah.
But I really fucking I like the fact that they interpreted um, the Beerus storyline from the movie, and
Hmm.
then adapted their own version within the show.
Oh,
It's
okay.
kind of cool. Um, but yeah, Stardust. I mean, I like the fact that they're constantly updating it and they're growing because I think this app deserves to be noticed by people because it's not just some little silly app like where you can just look at movies and shit. Like
Mhm.
it's legit. Like you can go and post your own videos. Like it's not like where you just go watch other people make videos. You can post your own stuff too.
Right. Hmm.
All use your phone. So I think it's pretty good.
Well, I was talking to Brittany about it the other day and how it kind of is actually kind of helping because obviously it's a 30-second video at most, and you gotta like roll out your ideas right away, or else this is bad.
Mm.
This is just us like like it's just not, it's like okay. And honestly, it's kind of helped with the reviews for after videos because after videos, I feel like obviously it shouldn't just 30 seconds. That's it. That's how long after the show is over your review should be. But it's kind of helped like, okay, let's get our ideas out there of what we thought and we can kind of get them in a like an objective way to where like, oh, it makes sense to what we're talking about next, not just like, oh my god, holy shit, which is nice obviously for like trailers because you're freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
But for shows, I like to be kind of like more objectively based for review of like what you're talking about after the show. And Stardust has really helped with that. And being able to kind of connect with bigger YouTubers are obviously on there. Like I don't know, I think of like Nostalgia Critic is on there, and some of the people from Collider Video are on there. And it's cool seeing them on there. And yeah, exactly. Anybody can just tag, which is a cool thing. Nostalgia Critic, I just love watching him. But he actually included some people's reviews of The Last Jedi in his Last Jedi review.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought just in the middle he did like 6 people, and he did varying degrees of reviews. People 10, 4, 0, like people's varying opinions, and I thought it was pretty cool. That way, it's not just because, of course, that movie's a divisive movie, but I just loved how he did it. Like 6 people randomly chosen with different varying uh, ideas. So I was like, wow, that's exactly what we were trying to do, Brittany, when we announced we were on Stardust. Like, hey, if you have if you want to get on there and if you want to do a Stardust, mention us and you can be in our video. So he obviously it's a great idea. So I want to kind of do that because it's a cool idea. I like it a lot. So
Yeah, and the fact that like you said, you can also do trailers, and they want to get to the point where like because I was talking to a guy a while back that kind of runs a part of it, but he was saying how one of the things they want to incorporate is that when a trailer drops, instead of you posting a reaction to the movie and then saying it's the trailer, you can actually post a reaction to this specific trailer. Like because they have trailers
oh
on the app, because
right
you can watch trailer. They want to make it to where when you go to look at trailers, you can watch reactions to that trailer. Like people like react like after watching it. So
wow
I think that'd be a nice addition as well because then it's not you just okay. This is my reaction to the trailer. Then it's the second trailer, and now the movie. It's like it's just the trailer.
yeah no definitely yeah it's been an interesting experience with Stardust. Like I talked about like I did. So Brittany doesn't like horror shows.
Mm.
Yes. And I recently watched I just started watching Ash vs. Evil Dead because we reacted to Evil Dead 2 I've watched Evil Dead 1, and I've heard stuff about the third one, but it's more of a goofy one that's not entirely in my taste, but I'd still watch it at some point. But yeah, I just did Stardust by myself of it, and I remember on Twitter I was kind of like saying, "Hey, should I do this?" And they had some interesting response to what I had to say. So working with them has been an interesting experience altogether, but it definitely is an app that deserves to keep getting popular, and I love how it connects people. So yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, people keep joining up. Like now, celebrities are getting on it now.
Yeah.
So.
I think one of the coolest things is on Riverdale, actress Cheryl. I don't know if we talked about this, but she's on there, and obviously she only does Stardust to Riverdale, but it's amazing to see what they have to say, because it's just like a movie. The actors don't know exactly how this is going to go. Like, when they watch the trailer, like, oh, that's an amazing trailer. They're just watching it with everybody. Like, ugh.
What's up, Trophy Munchers? What's up, man? Oh, here's a good question. Is anyone really excited for Solo, a Star Wars story?
I mean, I want to see it. I mean,
I just need to see a trailer, because there's so many like problems with that movie, with the directors getting pulled, and they had to reshoot apparently 90% of the movie. It's like, you know, give me a trailer. A trailer should have been in front of Last Jedi.
Wow.
It should have, but it wasn't.
Yeah. Okay. With that, I think that Solo. Have you seen like the fake or maybe real promo pictures?
Yeah, I tweeted it out, and I think it looks interesting, because that's not the classic Han jacket, and Chewie looks good, because it's just Chewie.
Chewie, yeah.
The Falcon looks different, which kind of makes point of why Lando's like, what did you do to my ship? And it looks different in the original trilogy compared to that promo picture.
That is, I saw that, where it's like there's no
blue thing.
Yeah, it's blue, and there's no like space in between the little whatever the fucks. Yeah. It's like
whatever the fucks,
whatever the fuck that part is. But I think it would be cool, because obviously it would take away tension if it's like, this is what the Millennium Falcon looks like. This is what the Millennium Falcon looks like. So it's like, if they're being chased, it's like it's not going to blow up. Like, so I think they're going to incorporate some kind of damage to it.
Oh, okay.
And then they have to repair it. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just something has to happen to cause tension. You can't just be like, well, we're home free. It's like
the film has a lot to live up to, because
absolutely
The Last Jedi had some criticism against it, like major criticism.
Oh, I was gonna say that exactly. I was gonna say, I've seen people, Solo has to be good. Like, they have a lot to make up for Last Jedi. It's like,
if Alden Ehrenreich isn't convincing as Han Solo, and the first time of him and Chewie meeting isn't good, it's gonna make people look at the original trilogy. Because look, Rogue One, I think, made you appreciate A New Hope more.
Oh yeah,
the way it transitions. If Han Solo makes you go about Han and Chewie and The New Hope, you're like, oh boy, like that's the opposite of what they want to do. They want you to watch the original trilogy and love it more. They don't want you to go, not so much.
Yeah, that's a good point. I love Rogue One. I've seen
so good. The ending scene, the fucking Vader. Oh,
that's so good. Okay, so let's do, I think, a segue to Last Jedi, because I've seen people, there was no big lightsaber fight. It was like that. When I asked people, what did you not like? And that's the main point. I'm like, it's not about that. It is not about that. Like,
yeah, if you
clearly we see Rogue One is a Star Wars movie that doesn't have lightsaber fights. It has a lightsaber being used, but there's no lightsaber fight, and it's still an amazing movie to me. It doesn't need that. That shouldn't be a crutch for a movie. It didn't have a big lightsaber fight. So it's not good.
But it's like, well, you saw 1 in 7, and I'm like, here, newsflash, you're going to see 1 in 9, because Rey and Kylo are going to duke it out. That's the main thing.
Okay. I talked to Mr. Nathan Rojas.
Who?
Here and not still being here. Who the fuck? Okay, so have you seen Star Wars Rebels at all?
I've seen a little bit. I'm not caught up at all.
Have you seen the Darth Maul versus Obi-Wan fight?
Very short, but yes, I've seen it.
So initially, I was in the camp of like, this is all this build up for nothing. And honestly, the Last Jedi final lightsaber battle, kind of gave me a better appreciation for that fight because um, the point is there's experience, and when you have experience, it's not about spectacle; it's about getting the hits in as quick as possible. And I think that's exactly what Obi-Wan versus Darth Maul. These are seasoned warriors, and then why would they have a big spectacle? It would just be a couple hits because they've done the same song and dance over and over. They know each other. They know each other's moves. And I think what the amazing thing about The Last Jedi is you have two varying styles of fighting because even though Luke had no worrying about being hit, he still had the finesse of a seasoned fighter versus Kylo Ren's more aggressive tactics. And I thought that it was a perfect way to end the movie with that kind of battle because I was just looking at the stances. And if you remember from the first Force Awakens trailer, when you're like, the light side and the dark side, and it's like Kylo Ren marches through the forest and he stops and go push, like that's his stance. That is his trademark stance.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, just seeing that in another movie, and it's not just, oh, I look cool like this. No, that's how he pulls out his unique lightsaber. That's how his unique stance is. And honestly, that just gave me a better appreciation for lightsaber battles in general and how you don't need. Of course, I love Obi-Wan Qui-Gon versus Darth Maul. I love that because I grew up with that. I love that huge battle, but I don't necessarily need it.
Yeah, because I mean, if you want to like we need to see a lightsaber fight. Did you see the part where Kylo and Rey took on those guards?
Exactly, like, that's so amazing.
And and here's what I love the most: like when people watch that and they go, "Rey's a Mary Sue." Did you watch the two films? Because let's look at Last Jedi, the most recent one. People are saying Mary Sue. She went against Luke Skywalker's like his thing. Like this is not going to end the way you think. Don't go. She still goes. Mistake number one.
Right.
When the fight goes down between the guards, she just starts rushing them.
Yeah.
that there's a really cool moment. It's cool, but when you really think about it, it's stupid. She gets the saber, and then running. It's like, no, don't charge. Let them come at you. And
exactly.
No, she just runs at like. No, she's not a Mary Sue because she didn't save Kylo. She just left Luke, and Luke had to pull the magic trick out of his ass, which was awesome.
Right.
And yeah.
You're exactly right because for a majority of that fight, she's pinned. She's fucking and he's just Kylo's like, oh fuck, I gotta save this motherfucker. So
he's fighting two people at once while she's struggling with one. So,
exactly. So
yeah,
people love to just forget that Kylo just got hit by a blast from Chewbacca, which throughout the movie was shown to blow people across the battlefield. And I love to forget that, oh no, he just got shot by a blast or whatever. No,
first order troopers were flying in the air.
No, he got shot by that. That's what he got shot by.
Yeah.
And he's still going and fighting two people that, yes, may not have lightsaber experience, but they have fighting experience. Like,
and when the Force Awakened, when they were up that close shot, and she felt that rush of the Force, it was guiding her. But if you watch that fight, it's not like she's doing like spins, and she's like she was not trained. She's just
she's
just swinging it. She's swinging it, and he's just trying to block because he's dying. He hits himself. Exactly. He keeps hitting himself where he got hit. He's like, motherfucker. He didn't say it, but he was thinking that.
Yeah.
And so he's just trying to stop it. And then, of course, she slices at his face. Right. So,
that's
can't win.
Yeah, and no, there's no way to win. Billy he's in here. Wonderful.
Billy the Kid Lance.
Okay, so I missed a couple of things. Do you think the Solo movie will flop?
It's possible.
From Yeah, it's definitely possible. We just need a trailer. Honestly, to read the landscape, if it will flop, we need that trailer.
If that trailer doesn't blow you away, that's not a good sign because that's supposed to be the first official marketing. And
exactly.
if trailer doesn't excite people, because if the majority of people respond to see the trailer going, that's not good. it's hard fucking yeah. If the reaction's like this, you're doomed.
It's over.
That second trailer better pull them back in because it's Han Solo. This is not Rogue One where
it's like, what the fuck?
Like Rogue One, it's like if you were like, I need to see more. Han Solo, you need to respond going, I want it now. I want to see it now.
Yeah. That's a really good point because Rogue One was another one of these Star Wars stories where it's just in between. And it was an amazing movie. It's a really good point because I didn't even it doesn't even occur to me because I think about these knowing these characters now. When that came out, who the fuck are these people? They're just random rebels just going in.
And the movie made $1 billion.
I made $1 billion and I loved it. And that's a really good point that Han Solo is fucking Han Solo. And if you can't do as good as Rogue One.
If Han Solo, I'm not saying it has to break $1 billion for it to be good, but if that movie can't make its budget back, production budget, and that might mess up future ideas of other Solo films. Like we want to see an Obi-Wan Solo movie. If Han Solo tanks, they're probably not going to do it because they're thinking, "Fuck, only the episodes will work."
Yeah, exactly.
Please. Oh God, do you know that Channing Tatum is playing Gambit in the Gambit movie? Yes.
Yes.
And apparently that's still happening.
Oh. This is a good one. What's your favorite character in the entire Star Wars saga?
The little-known guy, Luke Skywalker.
It's a good one.
Luke. Always my favorite. Come on now.
Gotta say Obi-Wan.
Mister, understand people don't like me. Mister.
It's
a hated city.
Sith Lord.
Darth Jar Jar.
Jar Jar.
Mister killed you with my saber.
Oh, yes, we have a good point. Thank you. Okay. Okay. That's a good point. Okay. I think we talked about this before, but Leia pulling herself to the ship.
The most controversial scene in the whole
yes. I think you have to have a no, sorry, go ahead.
She's Superman. No. Like the Force, if you watch that, there's a pulse from her hand indicating the Force is pulling her. She's not like da 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 da. No. If that was happening, then yes. Or if she was floating like Mary Poppins, like standing straight, floating down to the the Force was pulling her hand. Mm-hmm. She was not flying. You can't fly in space.
Right. Exactly. So I think it's also you have to take into account that this, Carrie Fisher passed away. And I think one of the most disrespectful thing you could do with her is just, bam, she's dead. There she goes, flying off into space. Yeah, I think you have to have a certain kind of okay, even if you're like, wow, what a dumb scene. Why is she just she can use the Force like that now? What the fuck? Even if you're in that mindset, you have to understand that that is kind of a disrespectful way to have that character go out. If you're going to be looking at it the way that some people may be looking at it that way. And so if you understand that, yes, this is happening. She can, the Force has awakened, as we've seen.
Again?
Yeah. So yes, she has that ability. I think one of the worst things that people can do for Star Wars is assume that it is a sci-fi. It is a sci-fi fantasy. That is the point of Star Wars. It is not just one or the other. It is this equal part. It is fantasy. as well as sci-fi. And if we're just going to sit there and just think that this is all it is, it's just big spaceship battles and troopers with laser guns fighting each other. No, there's mysticism to there. There's a fantasy point. And the Force, we don't know what it is. We don't know, or what it is, but we don't know what it can do. And
they've kind of shown how the more people that are using the Force, the less it can kind of spread out to people. Mm-hmm. And not a lot of people are using the Force. So Leia had all of that energy to guide her back to the ship. That's how Luke was able to project himself,
right?
Because he had because there's not many Force users like openly using their abilities. Mm-hmm. Like that kid at the end, he's not openly showing he's a Force user. He's hiding it. So Luke had the ability to project himself. It ended up killing him, but he still was able to do it to make a point that Kylo, you can't win because I will not be the last Jedi. Showing Rey lifting those rocks, fucking amazing. It was a great transitional shot. I will not be the last Jedi. Rocks floating.
Oh, it's me. Hey guys,
it's me. Hi, I'm Rey. Hi. Hi, Poe. Hi.
Yeah. Two characters that are marketed as like the heroes. Hi, I'm Poe. At the end of the fucking second movie.
Hi, I'm Poe.
Which is fine.
Hi, I'm Rey. Hey, you want to go somewhere? Wink, wink. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck Finn. He's with Rose now.
I feel bad for Finn. I feel bad for him. He spent the whole damn movie trying to find Rey, and finally he finds her, but nope. She's too busy with the Jedi text that Yoda knew she took, which was amazing. He's like, yeah, she already has it.
Yeah.
Like obviously he didn't tell him. Right. Rey got the books. He's like, she already knows.
I'm Goofy Yoda. Come on now.
Dude, when he smacked Luke in the head, that was the best part. It was so good. Like, you piece of shit. Bam.
Yeah. Piece of shit. What the fuck is this? I'm glad, Billy. I'm glad that Billy, you did miss the Flashpoint talk, yes. But
yes.
That's okay. I'm glad that you appreciate. I'm just glad we can all kind of appreciate Star Wars. Let's see.
I appreciate it enough to make a fan film out of it. Okay, here's an interesting question. Bizarre reactions. I don't want to be disrespectful, but if Carrie Fisher has passed away, which she has, then how do you think they will explain her disappearance or death? I think the opening crawl will say that she's passed.
Yeah, I think that's a totally fine way to do it. So,
and then the opening scene could be a funeral sequence, because my guess is there's going to be a couple years has passed since 8 and 9.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I would say have a funeral sequence at the beginning of the film. Say in the opening crawl she's dead, and we respectfully we are moving forward with the rest of the movie.
And then like they do before, just right after the movie ends, just in loving memory of Carrie Fisher. I think that's the perfect way. Yeah. You know how they do that sometimes? Because you're totally right. Because with this last movie, we had to have a events right after the Force Awakens, because we end with Luke just not saying anything. So this is a perfect opportunity to make that time jump and have an opening crawl that includes stuff we don't already know, because this opening crawl is like we know what's happening.
And I think what they could do is like I would rather them not kill Leia by the First Order. I would say Leia dies of just old age from being the general, and she passed away, and they introduce a new character to take her position. Like, it's not someone playing Leia. It's just another character who.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it could be Billy Lord, her daughter, that was in the movie.
That's a really good idea.
They could make her the general. I don't know what her credentials are. Don't know if she has experience. But, hey, that'd be a nice tribute to give her daughter the reins of being the new general of the rebellion in 9. And there you go.
Yeah, and it's like, like I was saying with, you can't just. It would be disrespectful to have Carrie Fisher just die in space. I think to be a Star Wars fan, you kind of just have to have that knowledge that this story has been going on for a long time, and that does he have the credentials? Not exactly. Would it be an amazing experience for that for her daughter to, and how awesome it would be for her to be the general? Absolutely. You kind of have to have that kind of knowledge that this story has been going on for so long. These characters, these actors they're aging, they're getting old. So
Yep.
you kind of have that kind of not disbelief, but I understand why that would happen. That's what you kind of have as a Star Wars fan. If you claim to be a Star Wars fan after all these years, I mean, that's what I think you have to have. So, yeah,
Point
definitely.
taken.
Great idea. Definitely a great idea.
10 out of 10 would tell again.
Let's see. I mean, I'm behind. Yes, I just saw the Channing Tatum part.
Oh wow, you're really far behind.
Then I caught up. What's worse, Batman and Robin or Spider-Man 3?
Okay, that's the easiest answer in the world. Batman and Robin. Number one, you got bat nipples. Number two, you have a terrible George Clooney is terrible in that movie.
Yeah.
Number three, you have Arnold Schwarzenegger's Mr. Freeze, terrible. And then you have what's her name? Alicia Silverstone as fucking Batgirl.
Oh yeah, Batgirl.
Pieces of garbage.
You know what Arnold Schwarzenegger doesn't like?
I don't know.
Fire.
Oh, I was thinking, what killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age. You know, that typical crap.
Oh, so good.
Oh, someone asked in a stream one time saying, so how bad of experience was it when you first watched Batgirl on Batman and Robin? I said it was life-changing. Like, I've never experienced something so disrespectful in my life.
I've never experienced so much hate.
No. and here's another kick in the face. Earlier, Lindsay Lohan went to Joss Whedon and says, I want to be Barbara Gordon. No.
First of all, fuck you. Second of all, no.
No.
Oh my god.
Fucking terrible.
That's a good point. Troll on a roll. I think I love to reference this part from Doctor Strange, but when the Ancient One is dying, she says, "This isn't about you," and I think that's a perfect segue for what Star Wars is about. Because guess what? It's not about you. It's about the new generation. I think that's what a lot of people miss is that yes, this is a story of characters that we've known and loved for years in it. Yeah, but it's not about them. It's not about them. It's about the new generation. And I think a lot of people miss is that is Rey Luke? No. Is Kylo Ren Darth Vader? No. These are different characters, and they absolutely should be. Just like we were talking about earlier with what my take is on TV shows verting from the comic. Like they'll take a storyline, but they'll take a different direction. That's exactly what this is. It's just about, if I read a comic book, oh, okay, that's what happens. And I watch the show, okay, that's what happens. I want something different. When I'm watching a new saga of Star Wars, I don't want another Darth Vader. That's what Darth Vader is for. That's what he is. I don't want my character to be another Darth Vader. And that's what Snoke touches on. Like, yeah. I thought you'd be the new Darth Vader. You're not.
He's a red herring. Kylo Ren's the main villain of the whole fucking trilogy.
Exactly. Like, and God, with Snoke, a point is, did we know who the Emperor was before the prequels?
Nope.
What did we get? One hologram scene in Empire Strikes Back and an appearance in Return of the Jedi. What did we get in The Force Awakens? A hologram appearance. And then what we get in The Last Jedi? An appearance and he died. Oh,
He's not a good character. We didn't learn nothing.
Yeah, exactly. We didn't learn anything about him. What a horrible character. What a horrible setup. Exactly. No, we definitely didn't do that in the original trilogy. No. And then we got a horrible, shitty, only good part was his storyline, whole set of movies to explain what you guys wanted to know. So is that what you want? You want a Snoke prequel?
Jeremiah Hunt has a good point here. Will Kylo Ren be a good Supreme Leader? Will he change his name? What the heck happened to the Knights of Ren?
That is a good point. That is something that I have no quarrels on with people saying, what the fuck is that? They were in one sequence. In a dream.
I'm going to tell you something that's going to blow your fucking mind. What if the Force vision Rey saw was from episode 9? What if the Knights of Ren sequence hasn't happened yet because it's in 9?
I love that idea.
Because I'm sitting there and you watch The Last Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
He's now the supreme leader.
Yes.
Right? Well, what if, because if you saw Snoke had those guards, what if Kylo Ren's guards are the Knights of Ren?
Okay. Here's my only issue.
Yeah.
He smashes his mask in 8.
Doesn't mean he can't make another one.
I totally understand your
yeah.
I love that they would be his guards. That is amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, because if you notice, he's out there and they're all standing around him.
Mm-hmm.
And and it's like, but Rey saw so many things in that vision.
Yeah.
She was witnessing things that happened in the past. She was witnessing, like, she was supposed to witness Vader and Luke fighting, but it was cut. And she heard you hear Yoda's voice, you hear Obi-Wan's voice.
Mm-hmm.
If that sequence of the Knights of Ren is actually from episode 9, that is so damn smart.
That would be that would be perfect.
And it would explain why the Knights of Ren was not mentioned in The Last Jedi, because he hasn't made them yet. Like they're not, they don't exist because he wasn't the supreme leader.
Oh, he could commission his Knights of Ren. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yes, sir, boy. Yeah, no, good. Kylo Ren be a good supreme leader. I think that he's going to be a different one. I mean,
I don't think it's gonna be good. He's so
not gonna
pissed.
He's going to be so aggressive. I think that's what's going to lead him into the ground. His aggressiveness.
He's gonna kill Hux himself, I think.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, who's your? That's a good question. Who's your fan cast as a Batgirl?
I get asked that all the time. I have no earthly idea. My thing is that, like, so far for me, I feel like all the people they've cast for the DC films, I think are pretty good. I think Henry Cavill's Superman's amazing. I think Ben Affleck's Batman was amazing. Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot, Aquaman, Flash, Cyborg, I think is pretty good. Like an unknown as Cyborg, that's a smart choice. So you're not
right.
You're not so focused on seeing a recognizable face. You're seeing this guy realistically for the first time. Honestly, I'm fine. But if you cast Lindsay Lohan, oh no,
no sir.
And I think it'd be better if you cast an unknown for Batgirl. I think it's better because if you cast, because some of these fan casts are people that everyone knows, like Emma Watson. I'm like, no, not Hermione. No, she was Hermione and Belle, and that's Batgirl. No, no. Cast an unknown.
That is the problem with it's like that meme where it's like, oh, you're either a person that everybody just sees the actor in the role, or everybody just sees that character whenever they see the actor. It's like, oh, Harry Potter. Look, Harry Potter's in this movie, guys. Look. Or it'll be Johnny Depp. Like, oh, look, Johnny Depp's in this movie, guys. Like, he's played so many people versus Daniel Radcliffe's only played one person. That's a common thing. And then it was like, what was it? And just, so I understand what you're talking about, where it's just like, oh, yeah, it's Hermione. Look. Or, look, it's Ron. He's in this movie. So I understand what you're talking about.
That's why I feel like Daniel Radcliffe does so many weird and strange films, because he's trying very hard to get away.
Yeah.
And honestly, I mean, I liked him in, what was it called? The Woman in Black? What was that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was pretty interesting. A little bit of a change. That one movie where he plays a dead body or something.
Oh, Swiss Army Man?
Yeah, that. And he played, even though it wasn't really well, that Frankenstein movie they did a couple years ago with James McAvoy, he did that.
That was
it was weird.
It was so weird. Yeah, it was just an out there movie, and I was like,
he had long hair, and he played.
It was called Olaf, right?
No, he was Igor.
Igor, that's what it was. It was just called Igor, I think, or was it? No, it's not. It was called Frankenstein, New Frankenstein.
Yeah, something like that. And they had James McAvoy play, obviously, Dr. Frankenstein.
Right.
But it was obviously
it's called Victor Frankenstein. That's what it was called.
Yeah.
Because no, they had an animated movie called Igor. That's what it was. But yeah, he was.
They tried to make
years ago.
They tried to make a cinematic universe. Nope.
No, sir.
No.
Okay. There's this good one. Fucking Billy. Who would win in a slap fight, Lohan or Duff?
Hillary Duff. Oh,
Hillary
shit.
Duff.
It's the weirdest fucking question.
Yeah.
Low-handed Duff.
Like, what the hell, man? Billy boy.
Like, no.
What was it? Okay, so how is the first Avengers movie better than Age of Ultron?
Well, Age of Ultron, I'm not 100% sure. I mean, for me, it's like the first Avengers was so good because they got all the characters together in a film, like they actually made it happen, and it felt organic, and they fought each other a little bit at first.
Right.
Age of Ultron, I feel like they did a lot of things at once. Like a farm sequence could have been cut short a little bit. The whole sequence where Thor's in water, which was forced by Marvel Studios to set up Infinity War.
Right.
They could have cut that out. I feel like with Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, that could have been handled better, but whatever. I feel like Ultron was fine. I just feel like Ultron because Ultron's not funny for the most part in the comics. Like he's not like that.
Oh, right.
He's more menacing, and he doesn't make these jokes. You know, I think James Spader was a good choice, but I feel like just the characteristic and some of the lines just, I don't know.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I think one of the main points that a lot of people have to bring up is it tried to tell a bunch of other stories to set. It was a setup movie. It's like the Mummy is the most egregious example of a movie that's just trying to set up something. It's a setup movie, and obviously Age of Ultron is not in that like caliber of but it tries to set up Black Panther because they go to Wakanda and they meet Claw, and then it tells the story of Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. It does a lot of things, and I think that's at the end of the day, you're right. Like it's a First Avengers was just coming together and telling one singular story, where Age of Ultron, where it's not as bad as a lot of movies, they had a lot of setup. Still a really awesome movie. I love it, but I can understand how it was just a lot of things happening, just going on. But
yeah, and like Vision birth and all that kind of stuff. It's
yeah, and he was exactly. He was there. Okay.
Do you guys think they will nerf the hell out of Thanos? No, they're not going to nerf him. No, they better not nerf him.
Yeah, I think what they're gonna do. Oh, that's I got it. Finally got it. What I was gonna say earlier when we were talking about what's your most anticipated movies in 2018. Okay, so from the Infinity War trailer, what can we expect Thanos to just wreck the ship that Thor is on? Because what we see is Hulk on Earth, Thor in space, Loki handing over the cube, and I think it's just going to be that ship. And what they're going to do to set up Thanos, because of how just like we talked about earlier, villain problem. I think they're going to show him getting the stone from Xandar and just wrecking people there because he has to get the purple stone. He already has that. Before he even has the Tesseract, he has the purple stone already with him. And then they're going to show him just wrecking through Thor's ship and just having them scattered throughout the space.
I feel like honestly what's going to happen is Thanos is going to kill everybody on that ship except for Loki, Hulk, and a few others, and Thor. Like literally the main characters that were in the Thor Ragnarok film are safe.
Yeah.
But everybody else, like they said the first 5 minutes of the film, Thanos is going to be proving why he's the most menacing villain, because he's going to kill like 95% of that ship. He's going to kill them. Mm-hmm. And he's going to probably knock Hulk through space.
Right.
And he's going to hit Earth, and Thor is floating in space, and then the Guardians pick him up and they go to Earth because he's like, Thanos just killed my entire race except for a few others that somehow escape. And they're going to go to Earth and fight Thanos. And then that sets up Avengers 4. So it's like, that's how I kind of see how it's going to happen. Because I mean, they show that ship at the end for the reason.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Boy. Okay, I think we're. What are we on? Like 2 hours now.
We're about at 2 hours. Yeah.
Okay. I think we should answer a couple more questions, and then we should go over what our plans are for this podcast, and then wrap it up. Okay. So I saw this yesterday. Doc Ock and Mark Hamill as Dr. Octopus.
He liked the tweet.
I mean, I can definitely see that.
He's not busy anymore.
He definitely has some time on his hands. I think I watched a video about like all his credits as a voice actor, and how one of the greatest hero figures of like ever, Luke Skywalker, who you know that's your favorite. Yeah. You know, other than that, he's been a villain. Like he's voiced all these. Obviously, the Joker is the most prominent, but his voice is perfect for it too. He's voiced over so many bad guys in TV and movies, and I totally see it. I totally see him rocking that.
So cool to see Mark Hamill and Tom Holland in a scene together. And it's like, and then on top of that, it's like apparently they're going to have another Avenger in the second Spider-Man movie because the Sony Marvel deal. Yeah. And it's like you have these two characters fighting Doc Ock. It's going to be crazy.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be good because, I mean, like I said, he's proven that he can play a villain. Mm-hmm. And he, and I bet he wants to be in one of these. He's a nerd. He wants to be in these movies.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So he's in the Disney family. Kevin Feige needs to make a call. Hey, man. Hey.
So that easy.
Even if they're doing Sinister Six, which was kind of hinted at in Spider-Man Homecoming.
Right.
Still have Doc Ock in the Sinister Six and have him be the prominent head guy.
That is one of the best ways to end a movie. Seriously, just that kind of setup. That is how you set up.
Yeah, but you don't. Yeah, like, exactly. You don't set it up halfway through the fucking movie of the first one and then set up. Oh, this might be happening in the second one.
Yeah, right. Just like, what the fuck?
Like half the scenes in Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 2 is set up for a future film or a spin-off.
Exactly. Yeah, you set it up by not killing the main bad guy, which thank you. So many Marvel movies make that mistake. Just like, oh, he's dead now.
Because it's Michael Keaton. You don't kill Batman.
Exactly.
You don't kill Batman.
the last one, this is actually, I think, a really good way to wrap up. Right. What are our personal goals for this year for our channels?
Well, honestly, to continue to try to add variety to the channel besides just reaction to DC and Marvel stuff. Obviously, I would like to get my fan-made film out this year.
All right.
And then just, continuing to, just make content I'm proud of. Like make videos that I'm proud of putting out that I'm not like, this feels forced or this, I'm doing this just for views. Like I legitimately want to do this. That's really it for me. I mean, I just want to continue just to have fun.
Yeah, exactly. I think this marks one of my goals is collaborations. I want to collaborate more. So with you, Billy, Anthony, Torchwood, and then Geek House, we're going to get more of those since we're just so close. And then we just recently, for our first collaboration besides fan reactions, obviously, was Nathan, where we did the review of Star Wars. And so I talking with you guys all the time, and I think it's just so natural to just start making videos together. So that is one of my goals with Brittany. I know we want to talk with people more about getting videos with collaborations because it's so fun.
Yeah.
And then just growing, it's been incredible. I don't know if I said this, but my Facebook, which is private, I don't market that, but like that's not a thing that I want. But 3 years ago, I had the memory thing. 3 years ago, I put, I have 2 subscribers on YouTube. I'm gonna be famous, and obviously I'm not famous or whatever. But here I am today, 3 years later, and I have, or me and Brittany, we have 16,000, and it blows my mind how
you have 8,000. She has 8,000. You combine it together.
Go. Perfect. 16. Exactly. But yeah, it was an incredible feeling to see that, and now where we are. So just continuing to grow with this great community that we have, and so yeah, just more, and exactly what you're saying, we wanted to start this channel to have kind of variety. So I want to be able to put more gameplays out there, more gameplays, more music. I want to do music. that is one of my main goals for this year, is to put out some type of music on our channel. So yeah.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. You gonna pluck that bass, boy.
Oh yeah,
and Cliff Burton it up, boy.
Oh yeah, I can play. I just gotta get a amp that does distortion, and I can do.
There you go.
For Whom the Bell Tolls, done deal. Because when I try to play it regular, it's like, what are you playing? It's like, For the Bell Tolls.
For Whom the Bell Tolls. Yeah.
Okay, so let's. Before we go, obviously we want to say, what are we doing? We have our podcast. So for this first podcast, obviously here we are on Chainsaw Reacts channel.
Yep.
And then so for the second one, it will be on Alectric Brit Smash.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth. So it's Chainsaw, Electric Brit Smash, Chainsaw, Electric Brit Smash, on and on. So on and so forth.
It's fair because if we do it on just one channel, it just feels like that he's just coming to visit on my channel, and we want to show that, hey, we're switching it up. And so what realistically you should do is if you don't know who Electric Brit Smash is, you should go check them out. Oh. And so we can have that collaboration. And another good thing is that this is just our first episode.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Maybe the second episode on their channel will have a guest. Because we're going to be having guests. It's going to be great.
Exactly. So what we want to do is, if we have, because we want to do this monthly, I believe if we have a good reception to this, we would maybe possibly do twice a month, but it looks like we're doing once a month. And so if big types of news that pertain to DC, pertain to Marvel, pertain to Star Wars, or even something else that we want to talk about, or music, something like that. We want to have people that not exactly specialize, but their biggest, like, their hearts are into DC, like Anthony Knight, he loves DC, Nathan Rojas, he loves Star Wars. Just, not specialization, but just they love it. And we want them to talk about it with us. So yeah, exactly. Want to have more guests on here. And yeah. Exactly.
So whenever the second episode we're about to go live, I will make sure to let you guys know ahead of time. We'll be promoting it. All of our social medias, we'll be letting you guys know when the next one is happening. And I will also be making a video letting you guys know when we're live, so you can jump over in case you aren't subbed, but you should be subbed over there. But in case you aren't, then you can know when we're live. And we're going to have fun. Like, this is not us just sitting here and just bullshit. Like, we're actually going to have conversations. Like, if you guys were here for any period of time, we had a legit conversation. It wasn't just us rambling and reading comments. Like, we actually had discussion.
Right. Exactly.
So, we're gonna have fun.
Yeah, that's exactly what we wanted to be. It's we're to an extent, we're going to have some type of conversation to be brought up, but we also want to hear what you guys have to say. That's, we're all just here talking, having fun. So
yeah, like if you agree or disagree, it's all good, because
exactly.
It's okay to have a different opinion.
Absolutely.
Unless it's different from mine, then it's wrong.
Unless you like Legends.
Oh, exactly.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, exactly. Any opinion, you are free to have that. Totally. We just have, if you don't agree, that's totally fine with us.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So thanks for joining us. I'm Alectric.
And I am Chainsaw. And thank you for watching the Alectric Chainsaw podcast. And we will see you guys soon.